Excel is a magnificent tool. I think Excel gets way too much of a bad rap, depending in which industry you are and the different crowds you hang out with. Somebody will love Excel, and there will be a group of people that will hate Excel. That group of people that hate Excel generally would be IT people. Now, my background is in IT. If you don't know who I am, my name's Richard. I've been in data analytics for the last 28 years, and I help customers build solutions, integrate data, and really just solve problems in an automated way. Today, I want to chat about Excel. So, Excel is a great tool. I love Excel, and I've been helping lots of my customers use Excel more effectively. I do that through training. I do that through co-assisted problem solving or to co-assisted training. There are various ways. So I have training courses, in-person training, corporate training, and then I also build solutions using Excel as a medium for delivering great analytics and amazing dashboards. Now, that doesn't discount or take away from any of the other tools that are out there. Lots of tools do lots of different things, and they're all wonderful. But for today's conversation, for the interest that you may have, which is, can I use Excel in my analytics? This very, very short answer is yes. I've been doing it for many years. I have many customers, and there are many companies that do use Excel today for their analytics, and they do a good job of it. Now, that doesn't mean that Excel doesn't have problems. As much as I love the tool, as much as I love the medium of delivery for analytics, Excel does have challenges. And there are a few things that contribute to this. So, number one is there's a limitation of understanding between analytics and Excel reports. The way that the data is designed and structured isn't something that is generally taught. What some of these Excel gurus, whom I know many of, and I have also been called an Excel guru, but what is happening in the background isn't necessarily ideal as a building block for analytics. And I'll explain why. So, most people structure the data in the way that they want to see the report. So, if you're doing a sales report, as an example, to gather the information that you need, generally, maybe you pull it out of another system. Very rarely do you connect directly to the systems, but you'd pull that out from another system in a CSV file or some sort of maybe even an Excel dump. And you start building your report in the way you want to see it. So it would be for that specific report, let's say it's a weekly sales report, you would build the report to look the way you want a weekly sales report to look. Now that's normal. That's what everyone would do. That's just, it makes absolute sense to do it that way. But the challenge with that is that if you decide you want now a daily sales report, what happens? Your Excel engineer, you can go to them and they will make it work. But the challenge with them making it work is that it takes a lot of manual intervention, a lot of manual work to make it work. And that isn't always ideal, because then you create a key man dependency, a dependency on that person being available to be able to construct the report when it is required. And that's the big challenges, is that the dependency on a person to do a report doesn't make it an analytical tool. The analytical tool means that anybody can log in or open up the tool and start looking at information which should update automatically in some shape or form, even if it means you need to push a button, is that information should update. They should have a variety of views available for them and be able to, if they have the skill or the appetite really, to change those views without breaking the reports. Right. That's my definition. That's how I look at analytical tools. That's how I look at reporting. The challenge with the Excel engineers and the gurus that work and build a lot of your reports that you may be using, maybe you the guru that built the reports, is that fundamental understanding of data analytics, they don't have that understanding. And when you build something with a dimensional design, you think differently about your data. You see, you don't think in terms of presentation, because presentation will adapt. If your design is right, if your structure is done well, then your presentation tool, like Excel, will be able to deal with any of the information. Your design layer, your analytical layer will take care of, for example, taking data from your sales system and maybe taking data from your inventory system to see if you've sold so many goods, what does your stock situation look like? Now, I get that there may be systems out there that you might be using that have all that information together, but I've worked on thousands of projects where that just isn't the case. Often, there are businesses that have different systems that look at different parts of the business and take care of different parts of the business. And that's where tools like Excel are so effective, because it allows the divisional manager, the CEO, the different people that need reports to get that information in one place. But again, the challenge with that is that it takes manual work to keep doing that. I've seen some fantastic, really, really smart Excel reports put together, but they hang on a thread, and they definitely depend on certain people collating that information and making sure that it's updated on Monday morning when you or the CEO needs to review the reports. Especially maybe there's a management meeting that's happening, generally sales meeting in retail environments. Most businesses happen on a Monday, sometimes on a Tuesday. And that's the Tuesday is simply because they need Monday to catch up all the information. So, and that's why in my experience now over 28 years in providing different solutions for my customers, this is one of the issues that I see. It's not understanding the fundamentals of constructing your data for analytics, not for a report. Those are two very, very different things. So when you structure your data for analytics, you'll be able to merge multiple systems. You'll be able to define measures or calculations that is agreed by the business. For example, sales, a very simple one. Does it include VAT or does it exclude VAT? If you have someone new take over the workbook, they may include VAT, and you go, wow, our sales are so great. And then you dig into the numbers, oh, wait, something's not right here. It should exclude VAT. Now, that's just a simple example, but there are many of those business definitions that you work through that gets taken care of in your analytical layer, so that no matter what presentation tool you use, today it might be Excel, tomorrow you might decide to use something like Power BI, or you might use Tableau, or whatever the presentation tool is, you are not dependent on that presentation tool. You're not dependent on the person to build your data for you as well. And so that's really why I advocate for a analytical layer that takes care of the information. I hope you found it interesting, and if you want to explore a little bit more with me about what is the analytical layer, why do you need one, what does it look like, what's the dimensional design, feel free to reach out to me. If you want a solution for your reporting that helps you have an analytical layer, that helps you be less dependent on a single person to put the reports together. Maybe you're the person putting the reports together and you just don't have the time to do it day in and day out, week in and week out. Then you're the person that I built Automate Analytics for. So Automate Analytics is a platform that I created that solves this issue. It allows you to plug in multiple systems, allows you to integrate data from whether it be your email campaigns, your online systems, your ERP system, your accounting system. It doesn't matter the system. Even you have a custom system I've engineered automated analytics to take all of that information and create the analytical data layer that can help you with your business. If that's something that interests you, there's a link in the description that help you take advantage of this early sign up. The reason I'm doing early sign up is I'm focused on the core of this product at the moment, which is the analytical tool, the analytical foundation, and not any of the fancy front end things. Those fancy front end things will come, but right now it's the core of this tool. So for anyone that takes advantage of this early offer, there are significant discounts available for you. So please sign up, and I'll make sure that you get all the information that you need, and I'll make sure that all the questions get answered. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me and share this information. All right. My name is Richard. Until the next video.